with the second episode of the Head First podcast. We're really excited that we got just over 100 views on our last one, right, Colby?
Woo, yeah, over like iTunes and podcast websites and YouTube and everything.
And SoundCloud, right?
Yeah, we hit just over 100 views, which is really exciting. I thought we were going to get a 3 across every single website, so this is a lot. So thank you guys so much. This is Jane. I'm Colby. Welcome to the Head First podcast, where the volume is really loud. Okay. Where we go over all the entertainment news and goings-on of the world. So, I mean, I guess we're just going to jump right in with our first topic that Jane knows nothing about.
Like everything else Colby's interested in.
Yeah, no, we're going to talk about the Nintendo NX. So, if you're unaware of what the Nintendo NX is,
like
it is
me.
basically, like Jane, I'm explaining this to her as well as you guys. It is basically Nintendo's, well, okay, it's Nintendo's something. We're not really sure what it is because they've repeatedly said over and over, no, like, this is not the 3DS's or the Wii U's successor, but it's thought to be both the Wii U and the 3DS's successor, especially considering the fact that they've just completely given up on the Wii U, which makes me very mad because I invested a lot of money into a console they just gave up on after it didn't sell how they wanted. But, the NX is launching next month alongside of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is also on the Wii U. And basically what we're going to do is talk about what the NX needs to do to succeed in this new console generation. So the NX is going to be a bit of a standout because we're in the next generation of consoles basically with it, as it will actually, follow up the Wii U and the 3DS. And the main thing that I think, this is my opinion, that I think the NX needs to stand up against the Xbox and the PlayStation 4 is better specs. Now, Nintendo has been able to, for the last few console generations, been able to get away with having much lower specs than the competition, and that worked with the Wii because it still sold a crazy amount.
Probably because it's classic, right? Everybody associates their childhood with Mario and Luigi. I mean...
But they weren't able to repeat the same success with the Wii U.
Yeah,
because the Wii U, despite coming out like a year before the other two consoles in its generation, hasn't even sold like half.
Yeah.
It's actually currently, unless it's able to sell a lot more units pretty quickly, is going to be Nintendo's biggest failure console-wise of all time, behind the GameCube, which is a great system. But I, in my opinion, think that what they need to do is not just have equal specs to the PS4 and the Xbox. I think they need to have better specs than the Xbox and the PlayStation because they're going to need to compete. One of the big reasons that the Wii U had trouble was the lack of third-party support. Because in the view of a third-party developer, I don't want to develop for two consoles that are like the same spec-wise than one that's much lower and harder to develop for. That's not something I want to do. So, on this upcoming new console, the NX, they need to have much better specs than the PS4 and the Xbox because that is going to entice third-party developers to come develop for them.
So are you planning on buying this when it releases?
Yeah, I'm a Nintendo fanboy, and I'm very mad and like to rant online about how I'm mad that they're just abandoning the NX.
He's sitting here wearing a Pikachu shirt, just so you guys know.
And Nintendo shoes.
Oh, yeah, Nintendo shoes too. Just add some insight into the scene that's playing out right here.
I love Nintendo. But they're just abandoning the Wii U. Like, it didn't sell how they wanted, and it's their fault. Because every time a good game would come out for it, like, sales would bump, and then they would do nothing for it. Mm-hmm. There was no marketing. DLC, they've just started to get into DLC this generation, and they did not take as much advantage as they could have, in my opinion. But there was just nothing really. The good games for this system would be like few and far in between, and there was no support afterwards.
That's true. Yeah, I really didn't like after it released. They made a big deal for a couple months, and then I didn't really see much of it.
Yeah, you don't hear anything about it, and it's like. Once I would bring, like my friends over to my house or my cousins or whatever, they'd play it and they'd be like, oh my god, this is so cool. But you're not going to see that unless someone is like, look at this system. There was no marketing for it.
Yeah, they're relying on word of mouth.
Exactly, which is not something you want to do with a game system. Yeah.
Okay.
That is the saying, word of mouth. That's actually kind of what Sony did with its PlayStation Vita. Do you know that exists? Have you heard of that?
No?
Exactly.
Wait, when did that come out?
2012.
Okay, well,
It's basically...
To be real, I was like a child then.
Well,
and was not aware of the world around me. So.
I mean, it's been out for like 4 years now. It's like the successor to the PSP and the competitor of the 3DS. There was no hardware. There was no software for that whatsoever. Only indie developers develop for it anymore. I think it was mentioned like twice at E3 this year. Like,
Yikes.
They just let it die. They actually got to the point where, towards the end, the last few years, they started a new campaign where if you referred people to buy it, they'd give you money. It was an actual thing that happened. Like, even, like, one of its, like, big exclusives that was, like, you know, one of the good ones that sold a lot, it was called Gravity Rush. Really good game. And then they're re-releasing it for the PS4, you know, updated, like, better graphics and stuff, which, you know, it's fine. And the sequel is also coming out on the PS4. Still fine. It's not even coming out on the Vita. Rather than it being, you know, like a dual release with the PS4 and the Vita.
When did the PS4 come out?
2013.
So it's like 1 year difference?
1 or 2, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So rather than like, you know, put it at least on both systems, it's just skipping the PS Vita altogether.
Yikes.
Which is completely ridiculous. So, tangent. The Wii U is kind of in that kind of path at this point. And so they're just kind of giving up and moving on to the NX. I'm mad about it, but whatever. I'm still going to support them, you know, like...
Wait, is the Vita a handheld console? Oh, okay.
It's
Sorry,
the competitor.
I just looked it up now. So.
Yeah, it's the competitor with the 3DS. And by competitor, I mean 3DS fucking destroys it and Vita does nothing.
Is it in 3D?
No, but it actually has way better quality. Like, it's a stronger system than the 3DS by a landslide. It actually is HD.
Okay.
It has it's much better, like...
It's touchscreen, huh?
Yeah, it's much better spec-wise. But, so Wii U and NX are kind of in that position. It's just kind of moving on to the NX. So another big thing that the NX is going to need to succeed is a good, like, solid software lineup. And there are a bunch of rumors going out that, within 6 months of release, which is still a pretty big window, that they're going to have a Zelda game, which they are on launch day, Zelda Breath of the Wild, that's confirmed. A Mario game, which is confirmed because it's Mario.
Yeah,
it's on every system 20 times. And actually a Game Freak Pokemon game. So Jane, Game Freak is the company that develops the Pokemon games for the handhelds, you know.
Okay.
Like all the main series games. And all the ones that have ever been on the console, like all the spin-off games like Pokken Tournament, Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Wii.
I know none of these names.
Not important. They're never actually developed by Game Freak. They're developed by like a different company.
Okay.
So the fact that they're actually going to be having a Game Freak Pokemon game, if the rumor is true, is a huge, like, it's very important and could do the system very well.
So Game Freak is like popular in what people are looking for in Pokemon games.
Exactly. They make all of the main series games. So having that on the Wii U is going to be big for them. But another thing is that they need to have more than that, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of their series, like their big series, like Star Fox just came out, like after a long time of no games, got really bad reviews. Metroid, you know, huge series for them, hasn't actually seen like a real release since the Wii. Early into the Wii.
It seems kind of like Nintendo. I know it's not dying out because it's like still huge, but pretty much the only big thing they have like going on in terms of new releases lately has been Pokemon Go, right?
Yeah, which isn't actually technically even theirs. They're just heavily invested in it.
Yeah.
They're definitely, like, they're by far number 3 out of the 3 competitors in the console generation right now, and their shares have been, you know, going down lately, and they really need to bump it up if they want to compete. So,
is this just... do you know if this is just in America that they're doing this poorly, or...
Yeah, it's not selling very well in Japan either.
Okay.
It's selling better than here, I'm pretty sure, but still not great.
Yeah.
They tend to ignore their fans a lot of the time. Such as, did you hear about the huge, like, Paper Mario, I wouldn't want to call it a crisis, but crisis going on?
No.
They have a, you know, game series out called Paper Mario.
I know that.
And it's an RPG.
Okay.
They decided so there was an entry on the N64, the GameCube, and the Wii. And all of them were received very well. except for the Wii. It wasn't received poorly, but not as good as the others, because it kind of took a bit of the RPG elements, like turn-based combat out, and instead focused on action. Wasn't horrible, wasn't very good, wasn't bad. Sticker Star came out on the 3DS, and it was a piece of fucking garbage.
Have you played all these games that you're listing?
I have.
Okay.
They took out every single RPG element, no partners, no experience. They made the game where in order to fight you had to have stickers, but you could only have a limited amount of stickers. And then so otherwise you couldn't carry them anymore. And they made these like super special attacks that you would need, that did a ton of damage, like bosses and stuff, take up 6 sticker slots.
Yikes.
So it was shitty. The story was not that good. Everything about it was linear as all hell. Everything about it was fucking bad. And fans were outraged. I'm not talking just mad, outraged, vocally outraged. You know what Nintendo's doing?
When was this?
2012?
2012?
A few years ago. You know what Nintendo decided to do?
What?
Fucking ignore them. And for the Wii U, it is basically the exact same thing as Sticker Star.
And when was this released? The Wii U?
The game on the Wii U?
Yeah.
This month. Sometime this month.
Okay,
I believe. Or next month.
So
Pretty
they're not
here.
listening to any feedback, and that's really dumb.
And that's just an example. They don't listen to fans. Like Metroid, another, huge series of theirs, has not gotten a good release in maybe a decade, when Prime 3, I don't know. And
isn't it common sense to listen to what your target audience wants, though?
You would think. I mean, yeah, that would be something you would think. And Metroid is the current game that's coming out, I think within the week, actually. It might have come out today. Is called Metroid Prime Federation Force, which rather, have you played any Metroid, or at least watched any of it?
No.
It's a very single player centric story driven game.
Okay.
This is not. It's basically a multiplayer shoot 'em up.
Oh, yikes.
And it made, oh my god, fans were livid. Fans.
Leave that to Microsoft.
What?
Leave that to Microsoft.
Yeah, right? And fans are livid. And there were multiple petitions to get it canceled.
Really?
And Nintendo, they didn't take the criticism. They just kept going with it. And so, what Wii U really needs to do is listen to its fans, get out the big, good games. Like, a new Metroid game at the start of this console would be a huge win for Nintendo. It would definitely bring in, Metroid fans. It would bring in a lot of different fans. They just need a good, solid lineup. And I know Smash Bros. Just came out a few years ago. They need one for, if they want to compete, they got to get one out within the first 6 months.
A hugely iconic, especially party game. Mm-hmm. People bust that out all the time, especially when there's a large number of people.
Exactly.
There.
Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm. Mario Kart.
Once again, I know it just came out, but they're taking a big risk by abandoning the Wii U this soon.
Yeah.
They need to be able to back it up. They can't fail again. Otherwise they could end up like Sega, which dropped out of console altogether. But like I was saying, they need to have strong games such as the Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros. Maybe make better Mario Party games.
Yeah. Also,
because Mario Party has been very shitty lately.
And calm down with the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games.
Yeah. And Splatoon, a second Splatoon, or maybe just a port of the last one to come. Definitely ports of Wii U games. Even I think Smash Bros. For Wii U ported with all the DLC and maybe some extra characters would even be fine, instead of just doing a new Smash Bros. If they added a story mode like they did with Brawl.
Yeah.
And they took it out of this new one, and it made fans made fans upset. If they added that in
if they
with
get rid
the
of
port,
tricking mechanisms,
that
would help Melee fans get on board.
That's very true. And added a story would help a lot. But basically, Nintendo's in a really vulnerable. Oh, Luigi's Mansion. I'm just naming stuff, but they just need to have the first few months stocked up with releases, and not necessarily all at release, because you want to keep that support going. Another thing they did not do with the Wii U. Stagger them out, have a few games at launch, then the next month a few, next month a few. But basically, they just need, every few months, keep it going, keep the support going, And I think they could be in a really good position. But I think the main thing that they really do need to focus on is stronger specs than the PS4 and the Wii U. Yeah. Especially due to the fact that new Xbox system is being released, and it's not a successor, but it's a more powerful Xbox One. Plus, rumored new PS4 model coming out. It needs to be able to compete with those as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know if it'll be able to, though.
It needs to. If they try again to make it like lower specs than the PS4 and Wii U, there's no way they're winning this.
Yeah.
However, if they do make it stronger, I think they have a good shot coming into the next console era.
Maybe if they tried to release it like in a lull between consoles from other companies.
Well, it's coming March 2017.
Yeah, no,
there's a release date. Like, it's coming very soon. This is going to be the shortest console time span since Sega released 20 consoles in a day. Anything you want to add to this?
Not really, because I don't know anything about it.
A lot of the video game talk, Jane's probably not going to know about. You play games, but would you call yourself a gamer? Or do you just play games? You would?
Yeah.
You play PC.
And console and Xbox.
Okay.
And I grew up with the Wii.
Okay.
And Game Boy and stuff. And I had emulators for SNES and NES and N64.
Oh yeah, that just reminded me. We talked about this last podcast, so there's no reason to talk about it. But I'm very excited about the new NES thing coming out.
That'll be cool.
I hope they do one for the SNES too.
Yeah.
But anywho, this is it for this topic?
Yeah, let's move on to Britney Spears, huh?
Yeah, I talked a lot, so you go ahead.
This is another thing that you know about. Anyway, so I guess I'm gonna say what I know is happening with Britney Spears.
Yeah, and then I will fill in the blanks. So go ahead.
Britney Spears released a new single, right?
Yes,
not the whole album yet.
No, but the yes, just keep talking. I'll talk about it in a second.
So there's a new single, and she released a video for it.
It's called "Make Me."
Yes, "Make Me." I forgot about that important detail.
Featuring G-Eazy.
You mean Geezy?
Stop calling him Geezy. Just keep talking.
Okay. Sorry, I'm terrible, guys. So they released one video, and there was like a lukewarm response to it, huh? Like, it was... I know you liked it personally.
Because I didn't know about the other thing.
But then the thing that changed everything is that somebody leaked a prior video that they had filmed that was vetoed because...
Yes, by Britney's camp decided against releasing that one and instead decided to reshoot it. Because
they didn't feel like that one captured the essence of the song.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't think the video fit the theme.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's kind of dumb. Like, they throw a TV out of a window for no reason, but, like, the video that's out for it doesn't capture the song, in my opinion, either.
The official video, I don't know. Like, it was good enough, you know?
It was fine.
I'm not super into pop stuff, so, you know, it's not really my thing. But, I really thought they seemed a little bit insane. Because it was like Britney and her girls.
Giggling
and
like
they
maniacs.
They literally laughed for like 30 seconds about nothing. Because they were like, oh, you're so hot. They were talking to some guy and they were like, oh, you're so hot. Bring your friends tomorrow at 1. And then they laughed maniacally.
Yeah, like... The video was, like, the video shoot for Make Me, and it was all these boys, like, hot boys auditioning. But
except for the one not-so-hot boy.
Yeah. Considering this was Britney's big return to the music industry after Pretty Girls, didn't flop, but it didn't... Well, it flopped. She needed a big splash, and this was definitely not the way to make it. And the video...
She should use the TV for that.
Yeah. The leaked old video that came out... Actually, it was a lot better. She was dancing, she looked better.
Yeah, in the official one, she just kind of rolled around on the floor in her underwear a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the best way I can describe it.
And this, I'm going to show you right now, this is the cover art for the new album.
Okay, it looks like it was taken with a really low quality camera.
And it's actually literally just like a screen cap of the Make Me video. And
yikes.
Isn't it gross? Like, she looks... I love Britney, right? She looks so dumb.
Yeah.
And...
She looks like she has no eyebrows.
It's really quite a mess. And she just... Her team has been very out of touch, like, with this decade.
Yeah.
Basically. and they just really don't know what they're doing anymore. And the cover art, there's like already petitions going on to get rid of the cover art and replace it. Video was bad. The song was good, but
she's kind of running on previous steam that she had from like the 90s.
Exactly. Like even with Britney Jean, her last album, it wasn't necessarily bad, but she didn't promote it at all.
Yeah.
And she's really being compared a lot currently to Katy Perry because they released their new songs within the same day. And Katy Perry is taking win after win, you know? She had a great...
Yeah, there was the whole... what's the Olympic song called?
It's called Rise.
Yeah.
It was received great. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. I think it's better than Make Me, but it's just my opinion. It was received better. It sold more. The video is doing much better already. The video received praise, unlike Britney's. And I guess, the only reason they're being compared right now is due to that they were released the same day. But Katie's taken a lot of wins, and this isn't even it's not technically a lead single yet. It probably might turn into the lead single for her album, but right now it's just the Olympics song, you know?
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I don't really know where to take with this topic, but I think Britney sold very poorly, especially for Britney's status with her last album, and I think she's in a position to do that again.
When did the video release?
For Make Me?
Yeah.
Last week.
And when did the leaked video release?
Within like a 2-day radius of either like before or after the video. I didn't find out about the leaked video till afterwards, but I think it leaked like a little bit beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Not really sure. Do you have anything you want to say on this topic?
No, because I don't really know much about Britney Spears.
She doesn't know anything about either of these two topics.
To be fair, these are mostly Colby's topics.
Because Jane fucked up.
Because we started school this week, and I have 2 AP classes, and I have a job, and I had a whole bunch of stuff to do, and I was really tired, so I took a nap one day.
So basically she didn't do her job and look up what we needed to talk about.
Listen, I came up with topics that he vetoed, so...
You just came up with ending bits.
No, that's not true.
Okay, well, we're gonna cut anyways.
Whatever.
We're back.
Okay. So we are gonna try a new segment.
Because we ran out of segments and didn't know what to do, and Jane came up with a really good idea.
Okay, we're really excited about this, actually, because we're both, like, huge Disney buffs.
Huge!
We love it so much, even though my family doesn't like it, and I've never even been to Disneyland.
Actually, my family doesn't like it either, but I have a separate family that's considered my Disney family, who we do all Disney stuff together. So basically what we're going to do is go over our top 5 Disney songs, and I did put some limitations on it because Jane is dumb. I thought I came up with this good idea. You did come up with a good idea. Okay. No movies from shorts, and they have to have lyrics.
Songs.
No songs. Yeah, no songs. I was like, what? No songs from shorts, and they have to have lyrics because Jane was going to pick instrumentals.
Okay, no, but the theme song to Up is so good.
Anywho.
It's so good.
Our top 5.
I'm going to slap you. It's good.
You want to start? Ow, she slapped me.
Yeah, you deserve it. It's good.
Okay, number 5 for Jane is...
Okay. Part of Your World. It's a classic.
A classic.
So, yeah, I don't know. Growing up, I really liked...
The Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I had a lot of time, like a lot of trouble picking this list. Even though I did it in 30 seconds and Jane took like 20 minutes. Because I love Disney so much, and there was a bunch that I'm sad that I didn't pick from. But number 5 for me is a tie between...
A tie. That's 6 Colby.
No, it's the same movie. Colors of the Wind and Just Around the River Bend.
Okay.
I couldn't decide.
No, that's 6 songs. You're cheating.
Okay, fine. We'll go with... Oh, God, make a decision, Colby. Just Around the River Bend. Pocahontas is a very underrated movie.
I'll agree with you there.
Yeah, and the music is beautiful. One of my favorite soundtracks.
I think that people don't like it as much because it's not as fast-paced or upbeat as, like, Frozen, all the poppy songs.
Shit gets real, though, like, in that movie, like, real quick. But it's a great one. It's more ballad-centered, but the vocals are so pretty. Okay, you're number 4?
Okay. It's actually Just Around the River Bend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
We talked about Pocahontas already. 4, it was about to be a tie, but I made a decision. It was a tough one, but I went with Dig a Little Deeper. The second one was going to be the other one. From Princess and the Frog. From Princess and the Frog. The other one was going to be Almost There. Anyhow.
Okay, don't sing, sweetie.
I'm sorry. Another underrated movie, in my opinion, and me and Jane were talking about this beforehand. We love the jazz, jazz type of music.
I listen to jazz on my own anyway, and then when they incorporate, okay, don't be like that.
I'm judging her.
Shh. Okay, he's not gonna talk for a little bit because I'm putting my hand over his mouth. So I really I don't know, not that many people like jazz, and then I don't know, jazzy songs are so upbeat and they just get inside you, and you have to bop along with them, even though that's the lamest term I've ever heard. I'm not gonna say bop anymore, sorry guys.
But yeah, it's really upbeat, great music, and the vocals are really good. Mm-hmm. So number, what are we on?
3.
3 for you?
Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Okay, so I See the Light from Tangled.
Tangled, okay. The reason I didn't have Tangled in my list is, this is a fun fact about me. While I've seen 98% of Tangled, I have never watched it all the way through. No, don't get mad at me, because I've always wanted to, and I've only seen it
It was on Netflix for the longest time.
I know, and it might still be up, but I've only seen it part by part. I've seen an hour at a time, 30 minutes at a time. Lazy. And I don't know what the reason is, but that's why it's not on my list, because I've never fully seen it. But it does have really pretty music.
It does. So clearly this means nothing to you.
Anywho,
so whatever.
Number 3 for me, another tough choice between movies, but I went with Let It Go. I'm not one of those people who are Frozen is so overplayed. To begin, I love Idina Menzel. I think her voice is beautiful, and I loved her before Frozen, and I think Let It Go is just fucking gorgeous, to say the least, to say about Disney. It's fucking beautiful, instrumental is great, all of it is great. I think it's just a great song on its own. It doesn't even have to be a Disney song.
I think they have a good use of strings. I'll give them that. Because I'm a string player myself. So, being a musician, you listen to, the background music, and you judge everything.
It's funny because I'm not a musician of any sort, but I'm super into music. And I find myself a lot of the times, singing along to, the background harmonies more than, the actual song. And I don't really focus on instrument as much, but background vocals, I'm always paying attention to. I don't know why the reason is.
Mm-hmm. But, I wouldn't know either. I mean, you're not a good singer, so I don't know why you would think about that.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, anywho. Love Frozen, love Idina Menzel, Let It Go. I mean, that soundtrack as a whole, I think is really, really solid. I think all the songs are good. They're both great singers, but Let It Go came out on top for me.
Hey, the Trolls one really, I never liked
the Trolls one it's the weakest, but I enjoy it. Okay, you're number 3?
You mean number 2?
You're number 2?
I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules. You know Megara sings it?
Yeah, that's another one that I haven't seen all the way through. I know.
Dude, that's on Netflix. You have Netflix. You're going to go home and you're going to watch it tonight, okay?
It's actually, I've been planning to for 3 months.
I don't care. You're doing it tonight. Okay. It's Friday. You're doing it tonight.
You know, I will actually tonight. I will. I'll do it.
I'm going to text you and bug you.
0 to Hero. I love 0 to Hero.
I love that too. But I don't know. I Won't Say in Love. It's just, I like it so much.
Mm-hmm. And it's actually funny because the 0 to Hero from We Love Disney that Ariana Grande did, I thought was so pretty. I love when, I don't know, Tori Kelly's Colors of the Wind was really good too.
That came out a year or 2 ago, right? Mm-hmm. And you still haven't bothered to watch the movie.
Anywho, my number 2, another tough choice.
Okay, you can't say that about every single choice, Colby.
It was. We also, another thing I didn't note, list, we chose one from each movie. We don't have multiples.
Yeah, otherwise mine would have literally been all Mulan, guys.
Yep.
And his probably too.
But my number 2 is One Jump Ahead from Aladdin. Okay,
I was gonna put that.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, I love Aladdin. And this was between Whole New World and
Sweetie,
this.
Stop singing.
Stop being rude.
I can't help it.
I just think One Jump Ahead is a lot more heart. It's a lot more playful.
Yeah.
And fun fact, if you didn't know, Jasmine and Mulan have the same singing voice.
I thought you said Pocahontas 2 seconds ago.
I made a mistake. I said Po Jasmine because remember it is Jasmine and Mulan.
I guess you're right.
Okay. But I think Aladdin's voice is really good, and I really like that song. Anyways, number 1 for Jane, drum roll.
Guys, This is so good. Okay. No big surprise here. It's Mulan.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'll Make a Man Out of You. Okay. Probably.
Make a man
no.
out of you.
It's probably because, like, as I grew up, especially in 5th grade, my teacher, while we were working on big projects that we would have, she would had, like, this big stereo. Like, the entire class would get so into it, so I have a lot of nostalgia attached to that song, and I've always loved that movie. And the whole soundtrack is honestly one of the best soundtracks out of any Disney movie, I think. Even the instrumental parts, the transitions, everything is so good, so well executed. I just love it. I love it.
And my number one, another tough choice. This was actually my hardest choice. I actually erased it like 3 different times.
If it's not Mulan.
Well, it's a Mulan song.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise. And it was between 2 songs. And my number one was... Make a Man Out of You.
Hey, okay.
Make a Man Out of You is so good. It was between that and Reflection, which is another great song.
Mm-hmm.
But Make a Man Out of You, I just think it won out for me. It's just so fucking lit. Like, Mulan is actually my favorite Disney movie. Fun fact, I actually just started going to Disneyland sophomore year. And like I said, I have my Disney family. They go all the time. They're like Disney fanatics. And the first time I rewatched Mulan on it was actually the first or second visit, I can't remember. I rewatched it on Netflix, actually. And, like, during the trip, like, one night, I stayed up for 2 hours and watched Mulan again. And, I got back into it. And so, like, the trip after that one, my whole goal was to, like, meet Mulan. I don't care what I have to do. Meet Mulan. And we get to the very last day, and we had our annual... no, we didn't, actually. No. Did we have our annual passes? I don't know. We were going for, like, a half day, and I was really upset. I was, like... not gonna meet her. Like, I went to town hall every day and asked, like, sorry, she's not out. And then, as we're going in, I'm very sad. I look up, and I see her. And I actually did, like, a full-on, like, like a gasp. And, like, they were like, let him go first. So, like, I shot out. I got beat by a couple 4-year-olds, which was good, because I had to, like, compose myself before I talked to her.
I'm surprised you didn't tackle them.
No, like, I almost did. And, like, we talked for, like, 3 minutes. Like, she talked to me about,
Did you have her on video?
I do. I have a recording of it.
And didn't she, like,
YouTube.com/Colby Coos, and you can watch it there.
Colby Coos with 2 Ks.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, with 2 Ks. I didn't know what you were talking about. But, I saw her, and, we talked about, like, how she goes to, like, Pooh's tea parties, and she has, like, honey that she goes to tea parties, and Pooh always gives her, like, a thing of honey for it. Like, we just talked about everything for, like, 3 minutes, and the entire time I was so happy. I was just like, like, Mulan is my all-time favorite. I got a little off track there, but, yeah, Make a Man Out of You, my number one.
Well, I can give my little Disney story. I have been to Disney Park. It's only California Adventure, though, unfortunately.
Ah. Disneyland, like, California Adventure has the more fun rides, but Disneyland is,
yeah, it's the place you want to go.
Yeah.
So, I went in 8th grade with my school orchestra. Oh. My orchestra teacher is the one who decided single-handedly what park we went to, because he wanted to see Cars Land, even though the rest of us wanted to see Disneyland.
You couldn't even do a park hopper?
No.
Did you guys have to travel as a group?
Yeah.
Because you were in 8th grade?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so, but it was really cool because since we were going as an orchestra, we got to play Disney music. We went to a recording studio and everything.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and we had, like, headsets with, like, the clicker and everything, and, like, they recorded and everything. I have a t-shirt, even.
Do you have the recording?
It was so cool. No, they never gave it to us. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm a little disappointed about that, but honestly, you probably wouldn't want to hear it because it was an 8th grade orchestra sight reading.
That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
What did you play?
We played a song from Cars 2, and the instrumental song that is playing while in Lion King when Simba's going up Pride Rock in the rain.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it was, I mean, honestly, it was a little disappointing because we wanted to play I'll Make a Man Out of You, or, like, Let It Go, or some really cool,
song.
We wanted to play, like, a song that you would recognize, but it was still such a cool experience, and I loved it. Yeah.
It's funny, I like Disneyland so much more, mainly because of the fact that, like I said, I never went as a kid, and so my favorite part is still meeting characters. Like, I love that, and there's not many characters in California Adventure. I remember one time I was separated from my group because I went to go see Donald Duck. So,
oh yeah, your second favorite to Mulan, right?
Yeah.
Or first favorite?
Second, well, it changes. But I was looking across like the water in California Adventure, and there was like a princess character breakfast going on. I was so mad. I was watching them with all the princesses. I'm like, how dare you? I wanted to swim over there. But we love Disney. So our final little fun end segment, Jane, you want to introduce it because it was your idea?
Okay, we're gonna talk about why height even matters, especially in regard to relationships.
Yes. So, if you don't know, I am 3 or 4 at this point.
Yeah.
I'm a tall giant.
I'm 5'9", which isn't really that tall, but for
girls it's pretty tall.
It's pretty tall. And
no, when you're looking at boys, do you look at height?
No, I've learned not to.
You don't?
No, I've had crushes on enough boys that are shorter than me that I just don't care anymore.
Did you care to begin with?
I mean, maybe, vaguely.
A little bit?
But, yeah, the biggest issue for me is finding clothes that fit me. Like,
Same.
Because we're both pretty tall and lean.
I'm like lanky.
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass, let me tell you. I can only find jeans that fit me at H&M. I'm not even kidding you.
H&M is a great store for me.
Yeah.
They have a lot of shirts that are long and skinny.
Yeah, no, like it's cut. Those clothes are like designed for people like us. I know it sounds dumb to be like complaining about this, but it honestly sucks. It's something I'm like low-key insecure about. Cause like, I don't know. And like, I love to wear heels so much. Heels make me feel so good. Like, I feel badass in them, and I can walk in them, it makes me feel cool and powerful, but then everybody's like, why are you wearing heels?
You don't need that.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, sorry, I like them. Like, I don't know. And boys are dumb about height. Boys need to chill about that, okay?
In what sense?
Because they're like, I remember, especially in freshman health class, wow, what a great place that was. Really, a great experience for me. I loved it every second. They had these people come in and talk about, like, dating and, like, how to have a healthy relationship.
Safe sex people?
No, it wasn't about sex. It was just, like, relationships in general.
The one who was abused? That girl?
I don't know, maybe.
I think I remember her. Anywho,
okay, well, we had different years anyway. So they were talking about deal breakers, dating deal breakers, and how you're allowed to be a little shallow if you want to, because, like, I don't
Everyone
know.
has their preferences.
Yeah. So, literally all of the guys, like, they invited the people to share if you wanted to, and every guy that shared was like, I couldn't date a girl that was taller than me.
Straight boys are dumb. They have too much pride.
Straight boys are dumb.
They have too much pride. See, like, I'm really tall, and the problem is like I said, you're allowed to have preferences. You know, people who are like, you're so shallow for only, like, looking at looks. I'm sorry, but physical attraction is a huge part of a relationship.
It's the thing that first attracts you to the person that gets you. I mean, of course, it's not going to be, like, the end-all.
But, like, I understand if you don't want to date someone because, like, I don't know, they're not your type.
I mean, I don't have a type, to be honest, I haven't defined it. But
anywho. But, yeah, no, but, like, I get that. And it's not a deal breaker for me, but I would always like a boy that's taller than me, which is difficult for me because I'm huge. And finding boys that are taller than me is very hard. And while it doesn't completely deter me, it kind of frustrates me almost in a sense. When they're at least, like, short. Like, when they're, like, around my size or a little bit shorter, I don't mind. But, like, it sometimes kind of deters me a little bit when they're, like, super short. But for the most part, like, if I liked them and they were, like, you know, like, it wouldn't really, like, stop me from dating them. But it would make it harder for me to, like, get into them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, but anytime I complain about being tall, people are like, oh, shut up.
You don't know what it's like to be short.
Yeah, like, okay, BS. I'm calling BS right now. It takes me... I went to the mall not too long ago with my mom to go back to school shopping because the school year just started. And we went to H&M, and I found jeans that fit me. But my mom was like, these are really cheap quality, so we're going to leave these here, and we're going to come back for them if we can't find anything that fits you, but we know they're here, and we can always come back if we can't find anything better quality. Mm-hmm. So we went to Macy's, we went to JCPenney. I think I can get things that fit me at Forever 21 too. I didn't try things on there, actually.
Forever 21 fits me.
Yeah, but we went to all the department stores. I literally tried on a pair of high-waisted pants at JCPenney. The waist didn't even come up. It was, like, literally at my normal waistline, and it didn't even hit my ankles. But they fit me in the waist and, like, in the legs and everything. I was like, Wow! I didn't know these are supposed to be capris. It's like an actual
capris.
struggle. Oh god. No, but
So
honestly,
only the H&M ones fit you?
Yeah, only H&M and probably Forever 21, but that's not really where I go for pants.
I just have to wear belts a lot of the time because, like, I'm really skinny. So that's a problem.
Belts.
Well, I have to. Otherwise, my pants just fucking fall off. Like, it's a real thing. Like, it is hard to find, like, good clothes for, like, people my size. Like, what also makes me mad is that I'm really tall, so I have a fucking massive feet. And, when the Nintendo Vans collection came out, whoa, I wanted those Princess Peach shoes so bad. And they only went up to a 10 in men. I'm a size 13 in men's. And I was so sad that I almost wanted to buy the 10 in men's. And I'm like, I'm sure I could fit my feet. But then in my head, I was like,
just make them
Colby,
open toe
no, you
shoes,
can't.
right?
Yeah, right? And I was so upset because I wanted those so bad. And I've tweeted both Vans and Nintendo separately and together multiple times, like, asking for them. Like, I was like, I'd pay any amount of money. They have not gotten back to me, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, no. But, like, how often do you hear, like, oh, people would kill to have the issues that you have or to have a body like yours?
Oh, my
like,
God.
Okay, that doesn't mean that I'm, like, comfortable in my body or anything. Like, that doesn't mean that my discomforts or insecurities aren't valid. And that really annoys me.
Like, I'm grateful I'm tall, but at the same time, I would like it if my feet didn't hang off my bed.
Oh my god, okay, same. I have a twin-sized bed and it's definitely not enough.
I have a bigger size than that. I don't remember what it is. But, it's very small for me. Like, it's not a small bed. But for me, it's a small... My feet always hang off. And, like, my mom's tried. Like, she's gotten bigger and bigger mattresses, and it's just not working.
Yeah.
It's just too big. But, I'm grateful I'm tall, though. I think in the end I'm grateful for it.
I think it's easier for guys to be tall, though. It's, like, expected, you know?
For girls, it's not so expected.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, I like being tall. Got any final comments?
Being tall sucks for me.
Alright, well,
The end.
two different opinions there. But
thanks for tuning in, guys.
yeah, thank you so much. Head First Podcast, episode 2. I think it's probably better than the first one.
Probably.
First one's a bit of a mess. I hope we improved.
I mean, it's gonna only get better from here on out.
You can always
Probably.
email us at headfirstpod@gmail.com. Is that the email? If you ever want to talk about anything, we'll be sure to answer.
We'll upload our podcast to YouTube, SoundCloud, and Podbean.
Which, iTunes as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
and iTunes.
any of those places you want to listen, it's there.
You can find us on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the most active, but we'll get better about that, right?
Did we even tweet about it? Facebook or Instagram about it?
Okay, I don't use Twitter, so
I don't think
that's
we
up to you.
posted it at all, but like
We'll start.
We'll work on it.
It's okay.
Make sure to invite your friends to listen if you enjoyed. We got over 100 views on the first episode across all platforms.
That
which
was so cool.
Crazy awesome.
I did not expect that.
I'm not joking here. Like, this isn't like self-deprecating. I legitimately thought we'd get maybe 3 views across all platforms.
Yeah, and I was okay with that though.
No, I was like, that's a great start. But like, we got over 100, which is awesome. So thank you so much for the support. Means the world.
Yeah, and if you have any suggestions, we'd be totally open.
Totally down.
Just hit us up.
Hit us up. Social media, the email, whatever. Any way that works for you works for us.
Yeah.
But any final comments?
We love you guys.
We love you so much.
Alright, see you next time.
Bye-bye.